It begins with a number, a simple notification on your wrist. Sleep score 20%. Panic sets in, your heart rate spikes. You check the monitor again, stress level critical. You reach for the pills, not medicine, but optimization. 10 bottles, 20, 50. You are trying to live forever, but in your quest to defeat death, you have forgotten how to live. Join me in the lab today. We're breaking down how mortality actually works. Welcome to Thanato Lab. I'm Barn Owl. Today we diagnose a new modern madness, the obsession with longevity. We live in an era where health has become a luxury and aging has become a crime. Part 1, the fear economy. It starts with a simple desire to live longer, to see your grandchildren. But this desire has been hijacked. It has been turned a marketplace of fear. The longevity economy is projected to be worth $600 billion by 2025. Wealthy elites are no longer buying Ferraris. They are buying blood boys and hyperbaric chambers. They define longevity as a competition. Who has the longest telomeres? Who has the lowest biological age? It is the ultimate narcissism. They post their VO2 max scores like trophies. But beneath the flex, there is a terrifying anxiety, a fear of the inevitable. They are terrified of the microscopic plastic in the water, the chemicals in the air. They are afraid of the microwave, afraid of the sunlight, afraid of food. Part 2, the data prison. To control this fear, they turn to data. They strap sensors to every part of their body. The quantified self. You measure your steps, your breaths, your REM cycles. But here is the paradox. The more you measure, the more you stress. You wake up, you feel fine, but your watch says, readiness score low. Suddenly you feel tired, you feel sick. The placebo effect in reverse, the Nocebo Effect. Studies show that orthosomnia, the obsession with perfect sleep, actually causes insomnia. You are lying in bed, terrified that you are not sleeping deep enough, which prevents you from sleeping deep enough. It is a feedback loop of hell. The device that was supposed to save you has enslaved you. Part 3, the chemical cocktail. Then comes the biohacking. The belief that you can engineer your way out of mortality.
This is a drill.
You start with the basics, vitamin C, fish oil, but it is never enough. You hear about NMN, resveratrol, rapamycin, metformin. You become a walking chemistry experiment, taking 100 pills a day like Bryan Johnson. Yet, for most of these supplements, the evidence in humans is non-existent. We know they work in yeast. We know they work in worms, but you are not a worm. You are spending thousands of dollars to create very expensive urine. And the risk, interaction effects. Your liver screaming as it tries to process a chemical dump. Did anyone test the combination of these 50 compounds over 20 years? No. You are the test subject, and you are paying for the privilege of being a lab rat. Part 4, the protocol of suffering. The lifestyle becomes a rigid prison. You must not eat sugar. You must not eat processed food. You cannot go out with friends. But if the restaurant uses seed oils, you cannot enjoy a sunset. You are too busy calculating the optimal lux exposure for your circadian rhythm. Longevity medicine, when misunderstood, strips the life out of lifespan. You are living a life of restriction, of no cake, no alcohol, no late nights, no joy. Stress is the silent killer, and this pursuit of perfection is the ultimate stressor. High cortisol levels shrink the brain and age the heart. The irony is palpable. By fearing death so intensely, you are accelerating your own aging. Part 5, the lost basics. The tragedy is that the secret to a long life is not in a pill. It is boring. We ignore the 6 pillars because they are free, because they are hard work. Exercise, it is the only true anti-aging drug we have. Cardio to build the engine, resistance training to keep the frame from collapsing. Grip strength and walking speed are better predictors of death than your expensive DNA clock. Sleep, not the tracked sleep, but the peaceful, dark, cool surrender to rest. Community, toxic relationships rot your cells faster than sugar. Longevity is not about living to 150. It is about health span. It is about compressing morbidity, being strong until the very end, then leaving quickly. If you need a watch to tell you if you slept well, you have lost touch with your own body. Part 6, the acceptance. We must confront the final truth. You will die. No amount of plasma exchange or stem cells will stop. Entropy. The goal of life is not to preserve the vessel forever. It is to use the vessel. Ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Do the basics, eat real food, move your body, cut out the toxins. But do not become a slave to the fear. Do not let the data define you. If you eat a piece of cake with friends and laugh, that joy is worth more than the sugar damage. Stressing over the cake produces cortisol. Eating it with joy produces dopamine and oxytocin. Choose joy, choose balance. Choose to be human, not a machine. Because if you live to 150 but you spent 100 years worrying, did you really live, or were you just a very long-lasting ghost? There is much more biology to uncover here. Thank you for watching Thanato Lab. Hit subscribe to join our next investigation.